Hey everybody, back again. And today I want to talk about one of the most valuable resources you have when it comes to starting a business, launching a product, beginning a company. And that valuable resource is something that everybody has, and you are wealthy in that resource. But it's a resource that many people don't really realize what it is or the value of it, right? What is that resource that everyone has? Simple. The resource is your time, right? Time is a huge resource that everybody has when it comes to trying to start, like I said, a business or a project, right? You may not be wealthy. You may not have deep pockets to go and start this business or project of yours. But the one thing you have, I don't want to say unlimited, but you have a ton of is time, your free time, and how you spend it and how you use it. And yes, how do you invest that time? Time is a great equalizer, right? Again, you may not have a lot of money to go and hire people to start working for you, right? Or to go and start building up, a website or start building up your social media, whatever it is. Okay, money is a shortcut, right? If you got a lot of money, you can skip that process. You can pay other people to bake or do those things for you and kind of jump ahead in line. But if you don't have that, like many times I've started a lot of things with zero money invested or spent, but because I invested my time, was able to do things I never thought possible, right? Time, like I said, is a valuable and I don't want to say rare, but it is a valuable and underestimated asset that everybody has. Okay, think about it. There's 24 hours in a day, right? How do you spend that time? Now, if you're like most people, you probably go to work, go clock in the morning and go earn that paycheck and then clock out, right? But then you go home and what do? I don't know, sit on the couch, veg out, handle the kids, make dinner. I mean, that's all things you got to do, right? But, think about how much time you come home, you just kind of, you're tired, you're exhausted, you just kind of like flop on the bed or couch and just kind of mentally, tune out from the world or society or your life or whatever. You are giving your time, the best hours of your day, right? Your most productive time, you're giving it to that business you're working for. You're giving it to that company. You're giving them the best of yourself. You're investing in that company. You're making them money. You're making them wealthy, and you come home and how many people come home and work for themselves, right? We spend all of our time giving it away to people, but how often do we take that time and we invest it into ourselves, right? Come home instead and take some time and use it to build up your side project, to work on your side hustle, right? To do the thing you've always wanted to do. Invest that time because it's valuable. Invest that time into yourself, right? And again, if you got it's not like you're going to get things done overnight. But as I said in a previous video, if you just keep making this a habit, and if you just work, even if it was an hour a night, every day, every night, on a website you're trying to build up, or again launching this product or whatever you're trying to do, you will get it accomplished. You will meet your goals as long as you keep making progress forward. It may be a tortoise and a hare kind of thing. It may take a long time, okay? But again, if you stay the course and you're consistent and you're dedicated, you will march forward and you will get the progress you want, right? Because you're investing that time in a reasonable way. I can't talk right now. An example, I guess you could say, when I was younger. A few years ago, I was really big into screenwriting, right? And was big into, wanting to break into the industry and doing little short stories and working on a big project, and even got paid to write. I have written scripts for some things. But to break into the screenwriting industry, right, it is incredibly difficult, especially as a young, green, rookie writer who no one ever heard of before, has nothing ever published or picked up. No one's going to give you the time of day. Okay, you're not even a dime a dozen. You're less than that. So if you want to break into the industry, and everybody says this, what's one of the best things you can do? The best thing you can do if you want to break into the screenwriting business is to invest your time and work on what they call a spec script, right? Which is just your own full, it doesn't have to be full length, but you write your own story. Now, you're not getting paid for it, right? Like, what? Right? We're not getting paid. That's not going to, you're not going to pay your bills. I'm not saying that, okay? But take your time. It's kind of like build up your resume, right? Build a product, build up a story, hone that craft, make it, tight, make it a tight story, and then make that script, and then you can sell that script to try and get some job offers that way, right? Maybe no one buys the script, but they see that you got chops, they see that you can write well, and maybe they'll hire you to go work on another project, right? And so in that case, what you're doing is you're investing your time into, I don't say your hobby, but you're investing that time into something that's important to you, okay? And that time could pay you back later on. Cost you nothing, and you got tons of time, so as long as it takes, it doesn't matter. Even if it takes you a year or two, if you keep working on this thing, it could pay you off in the end, right? So again, take that time and invest it wisely. If you're trying to build a website up, right, it takes time not only to build a website, but to try and build up your traffic for it. So again, you have plenty of time. Use that time and just every day try and do a little better, right? Try and make a little progress. And then later on the back end, if you're successful, then the paycheck will be in the mail, right? Then you'll get paid for your efforts. But investing that time now makes all the difference, right? Well, again, if I'm not getting paid, it's not worth it. If I'm not going to get compensated, then why am I wasting? That kind of mentality keeps so many people down, right? Your time is super valuable. Almost maybe you have too much time. That can be a problem. Maybe you have too much free time that you don't value it, right? It's inflated, like it's kind of worthless. Like, well, I'm as a teacher, summer breaks, right? You get like 2.5 months off every summer. You have tons of time over summer to do anything you want. Sometimes it's too much time, and so you kind of, this is what teachers do a lot. It's like those first couple of weeks, that first month, you just kind of, you just kind of relax and waste it because you need that time to kind of get your, catch your breath back from the school year. So that time, you only have so much, but because it seems like you have a lot, you just kind of waste it away, kind of doing nothing and relaxing. And then, when July hits, like, whoa, I only got a month of summer left. I wasted that first. I gotta get, all these things I wanted to do, all these projects I want to get finished. And so then you're in a mad dash because you realize time isn't infinite. You wasted a lot of it, and now that last month is super valuable because you don't have as much of it, right? So sometimes maybe that can kind of be like a double-edged sword right there. Is that having too much time, it helps you procrastinate, right? You don't use it wisely. You don't invest. I'll just do it later. I'll do it tomorrow. I got the time, which you do, right? But the sooner you get started on these things, the sooner you start investing that time in yourself, right? The sooner you'll end up getting paid back in the end. So think about that, right? How much time are you spending on yourself? And then how much time are you giving away to others? Is that worth it? Who are you working hardest for, right? Are you investing in yourself? Are you investing in Mr. Joe Blow Schumacher or something who owns your business and is, sucking the best years and the best time out of your day in your life, right? I don't know if that's a good trade-off. So invest time in yourself. Everyone's got time, even if you're super busy. I'm sure I'd hope you got to have some free time on the weekends. Getting up early, like I mentioned in another video, you can find time. You can make the time if it's important enough to you, and if you're dedicated enough to really work and sacrifice. It's a sacrifice, right? If you're working on stuff in the evenings, maybe you're not binge watching all the popular shows like everybody else, right? Maybe you don't have time to go and hit the gym like you always wanted to. Maybe you can't go and hang out with your friends all the time. because you got to go and you got to work on some projects. You got some business at home to take care of, right? It's a sacrifice, right? Opportunity cost. You can't do everything at once. So where's the best investment of your time? Where should it go? What gives you the biggest return on that investment? Okay. Again, we're all wealthy when it comes to time. We have tons of time, but are you spending it wisely? Are you investing that time in yourself? That's the question, right? But you can do a lot. You can get a lot accomplished just through dedicated work and a wise investment of your time for you. Okay. I hope that makes sense. I may have rambled for a little bit. But yeah, time is valuable. Use it for yourself, and it's the great equalizer, right? Even if you're not wealthy, even if you don't have deep pockets, say you have a deep clock, I don't know, you have a lot of time, and that time can level the playing field and kind of get you caught up in the end if you use it and invest it in yourself. Okay, I need to drink some coffee. I got stuff to do. I know you do too. I'll catch you later. Bye. Scripts.